Not quite sure exactly why we were so awkward to start the game. I don't know a better word. It just felt very awkward. Yeah, there was no flow, there was no rhythm, there was no energy, and I was really disappointed. And we shuffled through lineups, and then we kept a lineup the same for a while. We were trying to find a solution, and I'm sure it had a lot to do with how Texas Pan Am. They seemed very prepared for this game. They seemed very, they did a great job of scouting, and so I think that they really were taking some of our, rhythm plays away from us and trying to make us look at some other looks. But at the same time, I mean, defensive effort doesn't get on the scouting report. You either play hard or you don't. You either rebound hard or you don't. It had nothing to do with scouting or game planning, and we did not do that. And therefore, we did not run. So we have a lot of work to do. Everything happens for a reason. I think we needed to see that we've got a lot of work to do before Tuesday's game. And it's a perfect timing, a perfect spot in the schedule. It's just fantastic to have struggled in this game and then have Tennessee loaded, because I will have their attention in practice.
Kate, how much do you take away from the fact that while it wasn't a full 40, I know it's what you're striving for, there were these spurts where all of a sudden 12 became 20 and 20 became 30, and it was obviously very solid on both ends. Are the spurts enough right now to give you something?
They were enough last year in the non-conference, and that's why I changed the schedule. Because if you're sitting there not playing hard because you know a run is coming, then you're wasting a great opportunity on the basketball court. And I felt like that's what we were doing. We were just assuming that, oh well, as soon as we press or trap or whatever, then here comes the run. And it wasn't from the jump, and it wasn't. We didn't have a handle yours mentality. Like, do what you're supposed to do. Handle yours. We say that on offense. We say that on defense. Handle your plays. Handle your responsibilities. Handle your box outs. Handle yours. And we kind of had this thing where collectively we know Miami has this moment where we ignite, but I felt like we were waiting for it. And I thought our bench did a fantastic job of changing our rhythm, and that's fun. Instead of me begging these guys to play harder, we just took them out and put in some kids who were excited to play.
But mood at halftime, I mean, you made your last 5, so it was a 20-point lead, but I'm sure you weren't thrilled.
I want to tell them what I said. Go ahead. I told them they were playing as bad as my haircut.
What's your haircut?
I think I know the answer.
And I was yelling I was yelling, and everything was coming out of my mouth, and then that blew out, and then there was a silence, and I was like, you can laugh, that was funny. And then they laughed. Yeah, I was mad. But in the moment, I remember.
I think I know the answer to this, but can you beat Tennessee playing like that?
No. No. We can't compete with Tennessee playing, let alone beat them. We can't compete with them.
Stephanie, more offense. You weren't exactly known for your offense last year, although you had your moments with the threes. Is there any sort of plan to try to get her more into the offense?
She's just, honestly, she's on her game. She's the most on her game of any player on our team right now. She is completely on her game. She's playing great. Every day in practice, she scored more than she did tonight. She's just really on her game.
Well, Stephanie, was it hard to, now that it's over, maybe you can say this, was it hard to not look ahead to Tuesday? Was it hard to not,
We have it in mind, but at the same time, we gotta take one game at a time. And yeah, we have it in mind. We can't overlook any competition. So I think they gave us a good game, especially in the first half. So we needed it.
Did that surprise you that they were scrappy?
We knew it. We watched film. We knew that they were they were good. But I think we're more fundamentally better team. So we should. I think the first half we should run more, do what we do best. And I think they took away, I don't know if they took away that, but
they did some things.
Yeah, they did some things, but yeah, you got to come together. And, yeah.
How do you assess the second half, particularly put in various lineups and some of the new people, and how did you assess how that went? Things seemed to smooth out in the second half.
Yeah, you know, we are very confident with our depth. It's not just because you're tired now you come out. I mean, you come out sometimes because someone sitting next to me has played better than you. And that's new. Honestly, that's new. We were subbing a lot of times in a sense of, okay, I'm tired, coach, I need 5 minutes, and then whatever. But now it's like, okay, really, honestly? Maybe the excitement or the energy, or I thought Michelle Woods plays with a tremendous amount of composure. Saray McGuire's going to be a star. She's talented, very talented. She's working her way in. You know, and you've got Pepper coming off the bench. You've got Mariah Brown, who's really playing very, very well. So these are positive subs. They're not negative subs. They're actually, go help us. We're not doing something that you do well. Go in and do it. And that is great for me. That's great. But the rhythm is always going to be something I'm going to juggle with. Did I break rhythm? Did I sub too much? You know, and I felt like maybe that was the case in the first half. But in the second half, we, you know, it was more, they changed. My players changed.
She's one assist shy of a triple-double. I know that stuff doesn't really matter to you. Does it matter a little bit that, yeah.
Yes. Probably had 4 or 5 opportunities there at the end. Okay.
How do you, sort of the same question for Stephanie, how did you look at Texas Pan American for Texas Pan American and not look ahead as this being the dress rehearsal really for Tuesday?
I think we're just more worried about Miami, being Miami. The opponent is our opponent, but if Miami does what Miami's supposed to do, we'll win. I don't think we were looking ahead. I just think we were worried about Miami necessarily.
Now that you can look ahead, now that this one's behind you and all, you know, how excited are you for that chance? I mean, you play great teams, you go play great venues all the time, I get that, but, you know, Tennessee is different.
Tennessee is different. They're a well-known program. We're trying to be like Tennessee. We're trying to establish some tradition here as well, but at the same time, they're our opponent, and we are a very good team as well. So we're not, you know, going to shy away from that. We're number 7, they're number 3, or whatever they are, and that's the type of game that you're going to get.
Shenise, I'm doing a story on Pepper Wilson for UMTV. I just had a couple of quick questions. Do you feel it's hard to mesh with transfers, and how has the transition been with her?
Not at all. Maybe anybody else but Pep. Pep is just, she's very easygoing. She's a leader, very talkative. She has a great personality. Probably one of the most genuine people I've met in my life. Love her to death. She wasn't. I mean, she came in and she kind of just took over. It wasn't even like, oh, Pepsi, you know, we're trying to merge her in. Oh, you know, we need to change some things. Like, no, she can run up and down the court with us. And off the court, easy to talk to. Probably the person I would go to if I was having a problem.
And what does having her this year mean to the team's success?
It means everything. We're a different team we're in. We can actually guard somebody that's 6'6" this year. You know, we had Carolyn Swords and Sierra Brevard, who we just couldn't match up with pounds or height-wise. She can get it done for us on offensive end and defensive end for us as well.
Kate, you know it's going to be a big deal for players, obviously, Tuesday. But and then, you know, your history with Pat now, of course. You know, how much is that a game that you want to win, of course, but how much is that a game you're really going to look forward to? You know, the chess match with Pat.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, when you coach in this profession, you want an opportunity to be tested. You want to be challenged. You want to play the best you can. You want to coach against the best you can. I want to be exposed. I mean, I'm fine with it. Like, what are we missing here at Miami? You know, going to that game and figure out, you know, what we really got to work on for the rest of the season. So I can imagine that Tennessee's probably the team that will do that for us. And that's something I'm confident about. I'm not insecure about it at all. Like, please, you know, expose us. What are we going to work on? We want to be a team that's playing deep in March, and they always do. So we're going to figure it out. There's a difference, and we want to close that.
Shenise, also about Tuesday. I mean, you guys are on TV a lot, but it's a national TV. It's a prime time game. I mean, if you're going to be watching college basketball at that moment, you're probably watching that game. How big a deal is that?
That's a big deal, not only for our team, but just for the University of Miami in general. We need some positive publicity. It's gonna be fun. I really think it's probably one of the highlights of the year for women's basketball. We both like to run up and down. They like to press. We like to press. I think it's gonna be a very intense, competitive, hard-fought chess match. We got 2 great coaches, AP coach of the year, and I just think it's gonna be a great game. Honestly, we're gonna play our hearts out. We're gonna leave it out there on the floor, and y'all need to tune in.
She wants a lot of playing time against Tennessee.
She doesn't struggle for that.
It's like the AP plug.
I know.
I appreciate
Got it
that
in.
there.
Got it in.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.